Hi everyone! Thank you for joining us today. Our webinar will begin in just a moment, but we wanted to share this video of our teachers demonstrating the power of cultural exchange. So here are their stories.
I really love teaching, so I want that students from other countries can learn Spanish not only as a language, but also as a whole culture.
I decided to teach in the US for a change of scenery, for a sharing of culture, and of course, educational widening of my horizon. For me, it's the best way to be more exposed to the world.
I think the United States has a lot to offer me as a teacher. I really enjoy this culture, and I love teaching my culture too.
Well, as a teacher, I think that I can grow up with this knowledge. I have now new tools, and I can become a better teacher with all of these experiences.
I am here to impact lives, and whatever capacity that leads, whatever opportunities arise in Jamaica when I go back, I'm going to be using those opportunities to see how best I can impact the lives of people.
You can already listen to kids saying expressions that they will not use in the States, and they will mix English and Spanish using those expressions. That is something I try my best to use every single day so they learn a real Spanish.
I think cultural exchange is very important because it helps students become more exposed to the world and not just limit their knowledge with their own perspective.
The sooner we understand that we are a global community, the better. It will help people to understand each other, that's the main barrier that we have.
We are international teachers, and we come here to show who we are and also to show the others how we can transform our environment in our school system.
You be a part of these programs and you form a network that you never thought possible. You develop some friendships that you never thought possible. It helps to build you as a person.
We live in a multicultural world. Cultural exchange is helpful to understand every single person and to know that we are not alone in this world.
Learning is something that is dynamic. It is ongoing. I want to use what I have to go back to Jamaica, and then whatever I garner in Jamaica, I'm able to come back here as well and impart the knowledge again and just keep it rolling. It's like a cycle.
One of the students gave me a letter and said that your class is the reason why I go to school. And for me, it means that I'm making a difference, one student at a time.
Hello, and welcome to our webinar, How to Apply to Teach in the USA with EPI. We are Educational Partners International, but we often call ourselves EPI for short. So I'll be calling us that throughout this presentation. My name is Anna, and I am the Content Specialist in the Marketing and Communications Department for Educational Partners International. I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and before working with EPI, I was a middle and high school science teacher. I'm so happy to be working with a company that supports my passion for authentic cultural exchange through education. Today, I will be talking about EPI's application process. We also want you to take this opportunity to ask any questions that you have about EPI and what we offer. You can ask them in the comment box, and we will answer them throughout the presentation. Keep in mind that we won't be able to answer questions about your specific application for privacy reasons. All of those should be emailed to team@teachwithepi.com, where one of our trained admissions specialists will assist you. During today's webinar, we will discuss how to apply to teach in the U.S. with Educational Partners International. By the end of the presentation, our goal is for you to know how to start your application and what documents you will need. We will also explain the purpose of the application and give you some tips that will make the process go as quickly as possible. If you are joining us for the first time, EPI is a cultural exchange program that brings international teachers to teach in K through 12 schools in the United States. We are dedicated to facilitating cultural exchange in the USA because EPI believes sharing knowledge across cultures and venues improves understanding among teachers, students, administrators, and members of the communities in which we live. This is our core mission, to help exchange knowledge and information between cultures so that we can understand each other better and work together to create a global community. Educational Partners International is an exchange visitor program authorized to sponsor teachers for K through 12 placement in public, private, and charter schools in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, and Florida. We place teachers in all subjects taught in K through 12 schools. So that means not only foreign languages and English as a second language, but also math, science, art, special education, elementary education, and many more subjects. While we work with schools across the southern United States, our home office is in the mountains of North Carolina, which you can see in this photo. We would love to know where you are from, so please tell us in the comments. And wherever you are joining us from, we are so glad you're here. So, now that you have some background on who we are, the next step is to help you understand EPI's process. Our process for bringing teachers like you to the United States looks like this. First, you complete an application so that we know you are eligible for our program and will be a strong candidate for cultural exchange. This includes completing a thorough online form, uploading official documents, and 2 interviews with EPI team members. After you've completed the application process, you move to the approved stage, where you interview with one of our partnered schools. Once you complete a successful school interview, you are placed in the school and become an official EPI teacher. Let's take a closer look at the first step, the application. EPI's application is thorough, and it serves many purposes. Filling it out creates a professional profile for schools to look at when considering teachers for interviews. It also helps you collect the documents that you will need to get a visa, travel to the United States, and get your teaching license. Finally, we use the information you provide on the application to decide whether or not you meet our eligibility requirements. Some of the requirements for being an EPI teacher are: you have advanced English skills, you are currently teaching full-time, you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree, and you have 2 years of full-time teaching experience. So, you know about EPI, meet our qualifications, and have decided that you want to apply to teach in the USA. How do you get started? The first step is to go to our website, teachwithepi.com. After you answer the eligibility question and click Submit, you can make an account with your email address and start your application. Once you start your application, you should prioritize completing your personal and professional profile as soon as possible to move to the next stage quickly. One of the most common questions our candidates ask is, how long does the process take? Our application makes sure that you can travel and teach in the USA and includes processing all of your documents and 2 interviews with EPI team members. So, how long it takes depends on how quickly you can collect and upload the appropriate documents. Here is a list of documents you will need to upload to your application before you are eligible for school interviews. We ask for copies of all pages of your passport, your diploma and transcripts, a criminal record check, proof of employment, and a credential evaluation from a NACES-approved company. When you are first starting your application, you should prioritize uploading the passport pages, diploma, and transcripts. We will need these documents before we can invite you for interviews with EPI team members. Please keep in mind that the only place you should upload these documents is to the official EPI website, teachwithepi.com. To protect your privacy, you should never upload documents to Facebook. We will not accept documents through our Facebook page or messages. I will now share with you some tips on what you can do to make sure your application process goes as quickly and smoothly as possible. The first step is to read all of our requirements before you apply. You can find a complete list on our website. When completing the application, be sure to read and follow all directions carefully. Proofread all of your answers, as any typos or mistakes made with spelling and dates can make it take longer to review your application. Finally, be sure to create your account with a valid email address and to check your email regularly. We will only be able to discuss your application through email, so it is important that you are looking for communication from EPI about your status. We will now address any questions you have about our program. If you have not submitted yours yet, please ask them now in the comments section, and we will answer them during this broadcast. Here are some of the most common questions we get at EPI. Many applicants want to know how long the EPI program is. We are a 3-year program. People also ask, is there an application fee? The answer is no. There is no application or placement fee. There are other costs associated with your application, such as obtaining your diploma or transcripts, but EPI will never charge you an application or a placement fee. Another question we often get is there an age limit? There is no age limit. As long as you meet our basic requirements, you can join the EPI program regardless of your age. Some of those requirements are that you are currently teaching with at least 2 years of full-time teaching experience, you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree, and you have advanced English skills. An important question to ask is, when are EPI applications due? EPI accepts applications all year round. However, we encourage you to complete your application by the end of December for the best chance at placement. The earlier you turn in your application, the faster we can help you through the process. So, now that you know more about how to apply, let's talk about the next steps. If you haven't yet, go to teachwithepi.com and start your application. If you have already applied but have questions about how to continue, email us at team@teachwithepi.com. To end our presentation today, I would like to leave you with this quote as a reminder of why cultural exchange is so important and why we are eager to bring teachers like you to the United States. J. William Fulbright was a U.S. Senator and the founder of the Fulbright program. He said, "The essence of intercultural education is the acquisition of empathy, the ability to see the world as others see it, and to allow for the possibility that others may see something that we have failed to see, or may see it more accurately." We are dedicated to helping teachers like you come to the U.S. to help foster this empathy and learn from each other's unique perspectives. That is what EPI is all about. That's all we have for today. Follow us on Facebook to learn about our upcoming events, as well as to hear more from our current teachers. If you have any more questions, be sure to email us at team@teachwithepi.com. On behalf of everyone at Educational Partners International, thank you for joining us and have a great day.